All right, dude. Now we're rocking. All right, dude. Josh, man, Destroy All Neighbors. I got the movie right here.
Amazing.
I love the movie. I love the movie. Like I love it so much, dude. It's my favorite movie that came out last year.
Oh man.
Probably one of my favorite movies that has came out in like a long time, man. I absolutely
Hmm.
love it, dude.
Thanks.
Oh man, so dude, directing this movie, what was it like? All the
Yeah.
crazy stuff, man. I mean, some of the stuff you see in the movie is just insane. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, it's like watching like Dead Alive,
Right.
and you're just watching it, and it's like almost, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
directed it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, that was that, all those movies, The Evil Dead and The Dead Alive and the like Hen and Lauder movies like Brain Damage and all that stuff. I mean, that, obviously like Freaked was a big influence. Like it's a, favorite movie of mine. I mean, same with like Bill and Ted, like or Bill and Ted 2, especially. Like, that was the one that like that I got like I read the book and that was the one that was that I watched more for some reason. And that one has like so much weird horror. Like if you go back and look and like Alex is, dresses like he is like grandma prosthetics and like you know I think like as a kid all that stuff just like seeped into my brain, and so then it was like when it came time to make a movie it was like this is the kind, like these are my favorite movies. Like I want something that fits on that on that shelf. I want something that goes in that category. So that was kind of the plan. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So, are you a big like prog rock fan?
Yeah, I kind of am. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's like I think like as we like prep for the movie, like I started going deeper and deeper into it, but like yeah, I've it's a pretty deep well that I just couldn't, you can't find the bottom of. But I just I love like, I love Yes and Gentle Giant and like Jethro Tull and like all that stuff, Like it's the kind of music where you're just like you get everything all, you get everything you want. It's almost like a Bollywood movie. Like that's what I heard like about Bollywood movies is it's like, you go and you get like the romance and the action, the comedy and the horror, whatever. That's how Prague is to me. It's like you get classical, you get like, just crazy spaced out shit. Like you get everything. Um and yeah, like it's funny because originally, like early on in the draft, like Williams' character was like like a comic book artist. Because I'm a big fan of like Better Off Dead, or those Savage Steve Holland movies. So that was an initial idea, was like, oh, he's a comic book artist, and so like, what if his imagination comes to life? And that was sort of initially the idea. And in one of the drafts, one of our writers, Mike Benner, was like once we had Jonah Ray on board, he's like, well, dude, he's a musician. Like, wouldn't it be more interesting to see somebody playing music than like drawing? And I'm like, you're absolutely right. So that's when we kind of veered in, but it was like, okay, what is this guy into that's gonna, that's gonna be unique and different and weird, and also like not solve his problems, like, you know, because even if you're the best prog guy, like nobody cares, like now, like, or even then, you know what I mean? Like, which I really liked. I like the idea of being so into something that you think like, oh, if I succeed, then my problems are gonna be solved. It's like, no, like, you know, you got to fix yourself before uh Prague saves you, or whatever. That was kind of the idea.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, I guess that is right. Because I mean, like, I like Prague, but I mean, because in the movie he like gets the award, but it's like for Prague, it's
Right.
Prague, so it's like,
Right.
you
Right.
know, eh,
Yeah. Right.
like I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like I think like a couple of years ago, Winger, right? Like Kip Winger,
Yeah.
like he got like a Grammy for like classical music,
Oh, weird.
and
Yeah.
but it's classical, so it's like Eh,
Right. I'm gonna make a note to look that up because that's crazy.
yeah, I guess Kip Winger. I guess he's a big like he made like a classical album. I guess
Yeah.
he's like a super talented musician,
Right.
dude.
Of course he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So another like question, right? That like I
Yeah.
always wondered because like Edgar Winter, right? He's kind of
Mhm.
prod.
Yeah.
Um.
I think so. Yeah.
Is he? Do you think he's related to Alex Winter?
I don't think so.
And I say this because at
Yeah.
the Bill and Ted Bogus Journey premiere, Edgar
Uh-huh.
Winter performed.
Oh, interesting. I'll ask Alex. I don't know. That's interesting.
I mean, but like if they were related, I feel like he would kind of look more like Johnny Winter,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something to think about. Yeah.
So what was like some of your favorite like creature stuff in the movie, man, or some of
Right.
your favorite, I guess, gore
Yeah.
effects?
Yeah. I mean, getting to work like because we worked with Gabe Bartalos, who did like he freaking like designed like like the I think like the second and third basket case movie. Like he did all the sculpting for it, and like um so he's just like fucking legend, and so working with him was like so insane, like just so amazing. um just like being like because we it was a sort of thing where it's like, okay, here's what we want, but like for the budget, like what can we afford, and what are ways to cut corners, or like to and so it's just like getting a master class with this guy in like, all right, here's what we can do, here's what we can't do, here's what's you don't want to spend all this money for something that's only going to be on screen for a second, but then again, like it was like totally his idea, the part when he like throws the head and it comes towards the camera, like that was totally Gabe. Like Gabe was like, hey, I want to show you something, and he had already sculpted that head, like doing the scream, and I was like, are you what, like, are you kidding me? And he's like, yeah, he's like, I think it would just be good for like one shot. I'm like, holy shit, yeah. And it's one of those things that like, yeah, that as a producer would like look at the budget and be like, we can't afford this for this one thing, but like that shot like makes the movie. um Let me try to think. Like, I mean, so much of it was so fun. Like one of the craziest things is like the dream sequence when Alex like barfs onto Jonah's face. um that like it took a dumb amount of like research and stuff. Like we had a guy, this guy Ben, who, you know, he had like we would be shooting other stuff, and he'd send a video, and he like had set up this big pipe, and it would have like a little thing on it that he could open up, and he would show us different like he would experiment with it. So it's like, okay, here's pea soup, and here's this, and here's whatever, and like we would watch it and go, okay, we need something a lot more viscous here, or we need it to be, oh, this is too gross, or I don't think we ever got to the point where it's too gross. I think I think it was always like make it more gross. um but so it's like all this prep for the dumbest thing, and then then on that moment, like, all right, we have one shot at this, like we're not resetting, like we just have to get it, and luckily it worked. um
Oh, and dude, I love like the guitar tutorials that
yeah,
he's like watching like as like the things go on.
yeah.
Did you film those? Like the guitar?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. My friend Ryan Spindell uh is a director as well. And so he was doing like second unit basically. Like, so while we were shooting some stuff, he was off like in another part of the studio, like doing all the green screen with John Daly for that. So I would pop in my head and like, make little jokes or notes or whatever. But yeah, that was pretty fun. Like that's the most fun thing, right? To like, to make stuff with your friends and like, get surprised. It's almost like a Christmas present. Like, hey, dude, I think I got it. And he'd send me give me the hard drive. And then that night I would look and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so insane. Um, so yeah, that was
Oh,
awesome.
like do you play? Like, are you a musician?
Like a little bit. Yeah, I mean, just
Um,
enough to get in trouble, but not anything, you know. How about
uh,
yourself?
because I was gonna say like those guitar videos, man. Like, because I play guitar but badly, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got like a bunch of those videos, like those VHS tapes, and they don't teach you anything. Like
Right, right,
they're
right,
horrible. Like you
right.
watch them, and then the dude's like, it'll be like shredding or something, and you're like, what? How do you do that? Like, what is
Right,
that?
right, right. Yeah, I remember as a kid, I would get them from like the library and stuff, and I'd watch them, and I'm like, yeah, same thing. It's like those like how to draw, books. Like I would get those as a kid, and it would be like, okay, draw a circle. Now draw two other circles, and then now draw the entire thing. And you're like, wait, where's the middle ground here? Where I actually learn how to do this.
Oh man, yeah.
Looks like you live in a video store. What's going on behind you? There's a lot of
Well,
awesome
I
stuff.
got I got when Family Video closed down. I
Yeah,
just got the video shelf. I just was like took it. I
yeah,
tried getting the counter, right? Like I was, hey, can I just take the counter? And they were
right.
like, no, you can't take it. You got to take it apart and
Yeah,
stuff. And I was pretty bummed
that's
out because I was
awesome.
like, dude, I could get the video shelf. I could get the counter. I could
Yeah,
just set up a whole video like
this story.
store,
Yeah,
you know?
that's awesome. Where are you? You're in
Michigan,
Michigan. Yeah, yeah.
Lansing, Michigan, which is the birthplace of Steven Seagal.
Okay, yeah.
And I guess Gillian Anderson from the X Files.
Oh, that's crazy. How far from like Detroit?
It's like maybe like an hour
Okay, cool.
because I go to Detroit all the time, you know, for
Nice.
shows,
Yeah.
concerts.
I went there once to interview the Insane Clown Posse. I got to go
Oh,
to Violent J's house, which was insane, as you might imagine.
wait, are you a big Insane Clown Posse fan?
I kind of am. Yeah, I'm kind of, yeah.
Because I'm a big wrestling fan, so they do
Mhm.
like a lot of like
The
JCW
JCW. Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
got like one of their wrestling tapes. Are you a big wrestling fan?
I've been getting more and more into it. Like I'm working on a potential wrestling project, so I've been like getting headlong into it. Yeah.
All right, because I got a lot of wrestling tapes up there,
Oh,
so
sweet.
I,
Yeah. Yeah, Violent J sent me all the like the JCW tapes. I don't know if you've seen those, but this is so awesome. Like their commentary is like the best commentary.
yeah, like I got one, and it's like Ricky Morton, who was a wrestler in the '80s, and he's
Uh-huh.
like my favorite wrestler of all time, and he's like on one, and it's like Ricky Morton in the '90s, so he's not the Ricky Morton of the '80s, and I think they were
Yeah.
just it was pretty good, and it's good.
Or do you know who Ryan Nemeth is? Ryan or Nick Nemeth?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I'm working on something with Ryan. Um I'll tell you about it. Like it's not there's nothing official, but the idea is it's like so Ryan wrote a script that's about him and his brother. It's basically Evil Dead in a wrestling gym. Yeah, like that's basically the pitch. Like their gym is like going under, so they decide to have this like, good luck voodoo ceremony sort of thing, which as you may uh as you may guess, like goes wrong. And all these demon wrestlers show up and they have to like fight a bunch of wrestlers, which I think would just be the fucking coolest movie ever, you know. And those guys are just so funny and like they have such good chemistry. And um so yeah, so I've been getting more into wrestling. Like what's your favorite like promotion or whatever?
Okay, all right. Okay, so my favorite promotion is it's called WoW, and it's
Okay.
Women of Wrestling,
Uh-huh.
and they I think they do it out in like Vegas, and they do it out in California, and it's
Uh-huh.
like on weekly, and it's just like an hour long.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Glow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my favorite. Like they got like the Heavy Metal Sisters and Yeah, that's my favorite. It's there was that one documentary that was on Netflix, the wrestling one.
Hmm.
And I think they showed some of it. Yeah, but that's my favorite. Wow.
Nice,
But Nick,
nice.
like he wrestles in Michigan quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
He's
there was a
always
thing
up
called like
here.
TNA, I think. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
He wrestles up in Michigan over we got like XICW and he's there like quite a bit.
yeah, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling's awesome. I mean, that's just one of those. Yeah, I think anytime you sort of have like, what I call like high low, like where you have something that's like just so dumb, but then taken so seriously, like that's my favorite. You know what I mean? Uh,
Um
which I feel like we hopefully accomplished with Destroy All Neighbors, definitely.
yeah, dude. No, like Destroy All Neighbors is great, but I love it, man. Um
Yeah.
with like when he's playing the drums with like the tentacles and stuff,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Or like the intestines, like
Yeah, that stuff was awesome.
and it's like and then like when you watch it, it's like, wait, so like, are these people are they dead? Like they're not
Right.
dead, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah, I never it's funny because I was like, because they'd ask me that, and I was like, I never was like really worried about what the actual answer was. Like, um, so it's like I don't care. Like I mean, it's like this is all happening. It's all happening, and it's just like it's really happening. Like maybe it really is. Maybe it's in his head for maybe that's really what's happening. But like as far as we're concerned, it's all from his point of view. So it's like this is this is what's going on. These people are really alive, and this is um, yeah, exactly.
Oh, but dude, man, well, I think we got it, man. I
Sweet.
think we did
I
it.
love it. Cool,
Uh,
dude.
Destroy All Neighbors, I love it. It's on Shudder. I bought mine. I think I probably bought it at Walmart. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
or I
yeah.
might have pre-ordered it. I
Oh,
don't
sweet.
know.
Well,
And
I
then
know
you
what.
got the shirt too.
Yeah, I love the shirt. The shirts are awesome. Yeah, I wear those like to an embarrassing degree, where it's like you know, it's like when you wear the shirt of the band to the concert is that not cool? Like, I feel like it's like twice as not cool for the director to do it, but also like I don't care because you know,
Well, well,
I
like
love them.
Lloyd Kaufman, I think he rocks everything Toxie.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I think I'm definitely more in the Lloyd Kaufman camp, so I'm down with that. Yeah.
yeah. All
Cool,
right,
man. Oh,
all
and
right.
we have a so there's a soundtrack on vinyl that is on it's put out by Mutant, which is worth checking out. And then also it looks like we're going to be doing a like a Blu-ray with Vinegar Syndrome. Um, so they'll have some extra features and cool commentaries and all that
Dude, I
good stuff.
love Vinegar Syndrome. I just bought
Yeah.
Sidekicks.
Oh yeah. Is that a Chuck Norris one or
Yeah, that's the Chuck Norris
okay.
one with the kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, and you got a dog, man.
Okay, here's our dog Bandit. Just to give
Oh,
context in case you heard him like yeah,
oh,
he likes his feral neighbors too. So
oh.
cool, man.
Right on. Well, thank you so much for your time, dude. It was such
Yeah,
an
thanks, bud.
honor. I love the movie. I look
Love
forward
it.
to seeing all your other stuff, man.
Thanks, dude. Yeah. I'll see you on the internet. All right.
All right.
See ya.